Hi there, beautiful people. Um, I haven't made a recording for a while, but I'm very inspired today. I just listened to a podcast with Aubrey Marcus and Mark Gaffney and his wife, partner Christina, who I hadn't heard of before, but totally related to um, their experience. So apparently, Mark um, is a well known um, rabbi, but modern. Um, anyway, he went through. He's been going through um, a process that I'm very familiar with, and I love the subject, and it's the subject of the feminine initiation, one of the feminine initiations, and we've seen it. Basically, I work with the codes of the Mayan Dreamspell that come out of Palenque, um, which has gone through its own process of initiation, of being um, put down and disregarded um, over time. And I work deeply with these codes and have for 25 years daily and with thousands of people. And it reveals to me the deepest level of revelation that I've ever received. Also, I was in Palenque 25 years ago, or 24 years ago, after I heard about the codes and um, saw and experienced myself being there before in the 600s. Had a very clear, clean um, experience of that. And so my connection with the codes and with the Tzolkin um, is very deep. And I had also an awakening experience in India that led me to those codes very clearly through messages from spirit. And so my alignment and immersion in those codes when I first came to them was like I'd already known them. So I'm just giving you that background in order to understand this feminine initiation that I see is happening to many. It's a bit like it's the initiation like the Magdalene having gone through. We've lived in a power over system that um, has been patriarchal. And so that annihilation of the Magdalene or of the divine feminine that is coming to light. And my experience and working with the codes, it has a particular um, alignment, which was a year of experiencing what we call the white cosmic world bridger, which is basically my birthday being on a 13th day of a 13 day cycle, which was in the 13th year of a 13-year cycle, and the 13 represents presence. And the 13, of course, is another number that's annihilated. And I see that simply because the power over paradigm needs people to be underneath as slaves. And so 13 represents presence and not doing and just being and being in the presence of pure consciousness in a way. So this 13th year, I was in World Bridger, which represents death, a surrender, to let go, to bridge from one world to another, in not only in death but in birth, in relationship to relationship, many things. Each day, each World Bridger day brings different attributes, different revelations around World Bridger. So I was in this year and went through an experience that felt to me like that feminine intuition, feminine initiation, which was to take an action that was not appreciated by someone, um, that then shared negative things about me to my whole community. And this has never happened to me before. I usually get on with people. I'm a born in the World Bridges cycle. Part of my work is to take people, to be pretty um, surrendered and being able to move between different worlds, because usually I don't need anything or want anything, so I'm appreciated and taken in, and then this world I can then somebody will say, oh, I wish I knew somebody that da 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 da, and I'll say, oh yeah, I have a friend da 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 in this other world, and I'm like World Bridge, a networker. So many of us have this role, and many of us have this role. Most of us have this role at at a different time in our life. And if you've lived a long time, then you'll know what I'm talking about, because at some point, if you're older than 52, you would have done this in your life. So you understand what I'm talking about. So anyway, this cosmic world bridger was like a cosmic death, where the worlds weren't physical in nature. It was consciousness coming at me in 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 a way of um, projected wrongness, and nobody speaking to me about this wrongness, but feeling all of it, and it wasn't comfortable, it wasn't great, it wasn't nice, but there was nothing for me to do. It was the 13th year of a 13-year cycle of the feminine, which the feminine is very receptive, it very anchors down. It actually gets more and more rooted down rather than the up God up. It's the feminine God down energy. And so there was nothing in me that needed to retaliate or do anything other than feel it all. And I was in a cycle we call the wizard cycle, which is actually the shamanic cycle. So it's the shamanism of what it is to surrender to the deepest shadow, to become that shadow, to receive all that is, to feel it all the pain that others don't want to feel and so project out, but to feel all that, to eat that poison, to know, um, to experience that at the deepest place of all of that, we are just love. There is nothing else. All Everything else is wounding, is the wounding of being made smaller than. And so it was a powerful initiation. It was a beautiful initiation. I am more than grateful for this experience, because it really helped me to understand the feminine initiation, the initiation into what will be on the planet that we are all being led to experience collectively. It's the witch hunt. And it's the capacity to work with that not in reaction, but into reception, to receive it all and eat all the shadow and allow it to transform itself, transform the poison into love by experiencing it in the self. And so me experiencing all of those projections and really knowing it wasn't really about me was one of the greatest gifts in my life. And so I just listened to this wonderful podcast, which was all about that. It wasn't in those words, but I got very inspired to and I'm not making a lot of videos lately, but I got very inspired to share this story, because for me, I feel it is so important. It is such an important understanding. And as we all at different times will, get to experience this deep dive into the greatest shadows, rather than believe it about yourself or need to react against it. And it all depends, because it all depends in what you are learning in a year. But usually because that is the ultimate feminine initiation, is to transform the shadow, to be one with it and allow it to become love, to feel it all. because anything that's coming that is not of truth, that is being projected, is of unprocessed pain. And so someone needs to feel it, right? In order for it to process. And what I found as I was in this process, and it lasted for quite a lot of months, was that by the time I'd processed all of that and felt super clear and just love, I could feel that anything coming at me was just received in love, felt, and the energy naturally went back out again and reflected. And whoever was chucking anything would receive that, and I know that that's what was going on. And so slowly this whole thing died down into the untruth that it was. But a lot got processed, and that was really important, and super grateful for me. And it's not like I want to live my life there all the time, and that won't naturally occur, because this is when you, if you're interested to explore the codes of the Tzolkin of the Maya, there's 260, which is a gestation cycle, 260 different experiences that evolve one to the next, and it's the law of time. It's how consciousness evolves for everybody, and I say that from a place not of belief but of experience, and studying it and decoding many thousands of people. So anyway, so this is really, I just wanted to speak to this. Because many of us have gone through this, many of us will go through this, most of us will at some point in our life. It's like, feel it and let it go, feel it and let it go, feel it and let it go. Know yourself as love, feel it, feel the pain, feel this is what we need to do in order to evolve to the next point that we are evolving to, which is to not run from the pain, not run from these things, but to feel it, to eat the poison, to allow it to process through us, because it ultimately, all it is love, and it's love that's misunderstood. It's love that's not been received. It's love that's not been given and received and honored. It's that hurt that we all need to experience so that we can all evolve. And this is what is beautiful about it. White cosmic dog, white cosmic world bridger, white cosmic mirror, white cosmic wizard, and white cosmic wind. These are the 5 attributes of the very presence of the divine feminine. White cosmic world bridger, to surrender to love, holding the presence of surrendering to love, which is in the mirror cycle, which is cutting through the Kali, cutting through the bullshit, reflecting the truth. White cosmic, it's white cosmic dog that is in the mirror wave spell. The white cosmic world bridger is in the wizard wave spell. Yeah, that's the one I went through. Yeah, the shamanic, to just be receptive, to anchor deep like a tree, roots down in and receiving the cosmos, surrendering to love. Yeah. White cosmic wind is in the cycle of the dog, which is the very presence of the divine feminine. They all are. White cosmic wind is to be the channel, to just allow the sounds, the words, the presence of spirit. Yeah, the presence of spirit, the white cosmic wind, guided by the world bridger, to just be the conduit that utters the words that allow the movement from one world to another, which is the weaving interdimensionally through all dimensions. Cosmic wind, guided by the world bridger in the cycle of the dog. yeah, so that's another two. The white cosmic wizard, which is guided by the mirror, and that is in the cycle of the wind. And that is to become the anchor, um, uh, yeah, become anchoring so that all that exists is just what's real. There's nothing up, out. It's down, in, down to the bare bones of spirit. Yeah. And then white cosmic mirror, which is in the world bridger cycle, guided by the wind. Um, yeah, white cosmic mirror, to speak truth, to speak the codes that 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 come through as we surrender, as we let go of any attachment to anything at all, and just be. Yeah. So blessed be, dear hearts. I hope this helps whoever sees it, and yeah, this is the journey. This is the journey. This is what COVID has given us. It has given us that time to stop and process. So don't lose heart. It's okay. Just feel it and heal it. Feel it and let it go. Feel it and let it go. Feel it and let it go. It will evolve. Don't be afraid of feeling the pain. We heal it through feeling it, and it moves through rather quickly once we say yes and surrender to it. So blessed be, dear hearts. May this support and help and heal your journey, because it's your journey. No one's going to do it for you. We can just all support each other in this process we're all in together. Yeah. Blessed be.